Okay, part 3. Okay, so we're in the hospital and the psych ward is all full up. They said the doctor told you that he couldn't get you in there, but there was a condition that you could get in there. Can you explain what's on that?
The doctor explained to me the only way that he could get me a bed that night was if he admitted me as a Form 1. And that there was no other possible way. There was have to wait for a bed. And
what's that, Form 1?
Form 1 is 72 hours. And as he put it, he said, you wouldn't be able to leave the hospital for 72 hours. And I said, well, that's fine. I don't want to go anywhere. I just want to rest. I didn't understand what that really meant.
Which was?
Lockdown.
In the psychiatric ward. With what happened then, you went out to the psychiatric ward and they locked you in? You couldn't go anywhere? You couldn't do anything?
No.
What do you mean?
The doctor went off to file his paperwork. And I sat and I waited to be admitted in the room. And nurses and whatnot were busily doing their ER things.
Male, female?
I was left alone. Nobody checked on me, bothered with me. I just sat on the floor and put my head down and closed my eyes and just rested.
Yeah, you were explaining to me earlier that it was a room. You were in the room and there was just like a bed in the middle.
There's a
Can you explain what was in that room?
It's just oddly shaped room with a black mattress on the floor, and that's it.
Padded room or
no, cement?
Cement.
And where was the R.C.M.P. officer?
Outside the room.
Okay.
Was there cameras in there?
No.
So after a time.
And there's 2 doors.
So when did they come and take you upstairs?
Oh, it wasn't until a couple hours later that occurred. The R.C.M.P. officers waited outside with 3 security guards. One of the R.C.M.P. officers went into the room and waited until I noticed him, and he closed the door. And he had a big smile on his face, and of course it upset me, you know. I didn't want the door closed. I didn't see why the door needed to be closed, and it kind of scared me that this R.C.M.P. officer was still around and was doing these things.
And you weren't on the mattress, you were on the floor.
Right.
And he was in the room with you?
He was briefly, yes, to close the door.
Okay.
He came in the room to close the door.
Then what happened?
Well, 45 minutes, an hour later, I'm still sitting by the door waiting patiently. I hear the nurse say, you know, I'll be right back. And next thing you know they're counting to 3. The door flies open. The 2 R.C.M.P. officers jump into the room, grab me by the ankles, and I grab hold of the door frame because I'm right near the door, and you know, I just grab hold of the door frame and I'm hanging, and the R.C.M.P. reaches underneath and undoes my belt and my pants, my jeans, and pulls them down to the other R.C.M.P. officer who's holding my ankles, and he removes my jeans, and this officer that took my jeans off reached for the bottom of my t-shirt, because I was just wearing jeans and a t-shirt, and he pulled it up over my head, at which point I let go of the door frame and curled up into a ball to cover myself. And they removed my socks, and one of them attempted to remove my toe ring, and I tried to negotiate with him because he was hurting me, and I smiled at him and said, "That hasn't come off in years." And he stopped. He stopped trying to pull it off. And the other R.C.M.P. officer reached around and undid my bra. He said to the 3 security guards that were standing around, "There's 5 of us, 1 for each limb and 1 to hold the head." And they proceeded to follow the instructions of the RCMP officer and pried me out of a ball so that he could remove my bra.
Okay, hold it 1 second.